We're here on the Côte d'Azur in the south of France. We're here to celebrate the best in branded communications and advertising, and certainly the creative element. But how effective are these campaigns in terms of business results? Well, two people who want to actually challenge and question how effective they genuinely are is John Kearon from System1 and a sort of freelance in-between job, shall we say, CMO, John Evans. John, number one, why are you saying that all is not all it's cracked up to be?
Well, let's be fair. So System1 tests and predicts famous campaigns that create the biggest profitability. And we do it on a 1 to 5 star rating. 5 stars being famous, hugely emotional, and
But also drives business results.
Drives business results, but they are rare. So less than 1% of all advertising, and we've tested every ad in the US and every ad in the UK in the last 2 years, and we've validated it with results. Long-term profitability. Now, the good news is we tested 75 Gold Lions winners over the last decade. The industry is doing something right because they are significantly more likely to be a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. So they're doing something right. That's great. And that leads to effectiveness.
Up the sort of star scale, if you like.
Yep, they are 6 times more likely to be 5-star, etc. So they're good. They're good. Now, but the twist in the tale is that the Grand Prix winners, 12 of them over the last 10 years, which is the creme de la creme, the ad that's chosen by the industry as the best, half of the 12 are 1 star. And 1 star, you may as well have burnt the money because they don't resonate with consumers.
They don't turn into profitability. It hits the top line, doesn't affect the bottom line.
So it's the industry who love creativity, novelty. Often they're very controversial ads, but they don't land with the people they're designed to actually encourage to buy and to love the brands, I'm afraid.
John, number 2, the beauty of this is you can speak freely because you don't have to be concerned about your own company, but why is this significant if you are being encouraged to spend money on advertising, invest in your brand?
I mean, this is huge, right? Because as a CMO, you're under so much pressure, particularly financially. Finance director wants to, control your spend. The CEO wants to see results. Ultimately, you are judged on the performance of your brand and whether you sell more. And I want to celebrate work that works, because if the work works and you grow your market share, you sell more, you can afford to advertise. And the worst thing is to come out here, win a Cannes Lion, and go back and effectively see your sales decline. So I think that's why it's important, is we should be celebrating what works.
But if you have got an agency that is creative, you can't base sort of future potential based on past performance. I mean, there's an absolute standard across the financial industry, let alone the creative industry. How do you square that away?
Well, you can't until now, and this is where the guys at System1 come in, because they've got 30 years of IPA testing that can the only methodology that accurately predicts whether an advert is going to grow long-term market share. And that is game-changing as a client, because all the fights I've had in the boardroom over investing millions of pounds in advertising, being challenged to say, well, is that actually going to work? Now I can say, hands on heart, I know this is going to work. That is absolutely game-changing in CMO world.
Back to John, number 1, how good are you at predicting? It's all very well kind of not so much navel-gazing, but looking at what has already happened. How do you take that and go, on the basis of that continues, it's going to be X, Y, Z% more productive?
Yep, so pretty good. Nothing's perfect, but the correlation with famous ads like we've predicted, so John Lewis Christmas campaign, which we've tested since it began, not all 5-star, but they have had a couple, and the correlation between their star rating at Christmas 1 and their brand share by the end of the year. This is not short-term sales, it's the long-term profitability is about as good.
Which is at the basis of brand building anyway. It's not an instant thing.
It's not instant, and it means you can charge higher prices and your brand share goes up and stays up. That's the magic of long-term emotional famous campaigns. Guinness wheelchair basketball, the Meerkats. I mean, there are lots of ads. And when you get a controversial one, we follow the industry press. So Brewdog, which John knows well, did this the most honest ad ever. I don't know if people have seen it. It was just basically a can. Nothing happened. Yep. And the industry loved it. 1 star. It didn't work.
New clothes.
Yes. On the other hand, the Gillette Toxic Masculinity, which got really negative industry comment, 4 stars. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. It resonated with US consumers. It was good.
But Cannes Lions is aware of this, and that you shouldn't be celebrating creativity for creativity's sake, and there's an increased sort of need to recognise the actual performance of the ad in terms of the business. Are you seeing a change in the more recent line winners?
No. So John too, the other Johnny, had a great idea this morning. We were just chatting, which is okay. Let the creatives choose the best ads, gold, silver, bronze. But why not let consumers choose the Grand Prix?
They're doing it through their purse, their pocket, their wallets.
They do it through their purse, but that I think would be a reality check for the industry, because the curse of the Grand Prix, where they are not the best ads at all, and our prediction, we've tested this year's runners and riders, and Viva la Valva, which I'm not even sure, it's difficult to know how to describe this, but it is crocheted vulvas, and the industry will go mad for it. That's my prediction. It will win the Grand Prix, but it's 1 star with consumers.
We will have to test that hypothesis. John, number 2 again, then, what is your advice to Cannes Lions to make the awards more relevant as far as business performance is concerned?
I think the 2 things they should do. Firstly, have a people's choice, so they should democratise the judging a bit more rather than being an elitist. It's almost like the industry marking its own homework in a way. The second thing I think is there's a real lack of clients out here, because at the end of the day this is paid for by ad agencies, but the people that pay the ad agency are the clients, and their client is the customer, the person that actually makes the purchase, and so they need to be represented. And I think clients would get a lot out of being out here, and actually the agencies, it would help keep them real and grounded, because at the end of the day they're in business to serve their customers, and I think that reality check would really help.
John, thank you very much.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm James Wright, and thanks for watching Marketing Media Money. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thanks for watching.